Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 has opened up the release for Sim Update 1. We have all the details on how you can access this new update, including all of this week's announcements, release news, 2024 compatibility updates. So let's jump straight into the video. A quick disclaimer: if you're here for just the sim update news, feel free to skip to the last third of the video if you want to stay up to date with all the major flight sim updates, or feel free to stick around to stay up to date with all of this week's previews and announcements. Be sure to subscribe, as it's the nice thing to do and it provides all the warms and fuzzies to this guy behind the microphone. Before we jump into the nuts and bolts of the video, a quick word from this week's sponsor. Thank you to Simbit World Pilot's Life Chapter 2 for sponsoring this video. A Pilot's Life Chapter 2 simulates the career of a commercial airline pilot by generating your schedules, tracking your scores for your flights, and rewarding weekly according to your contract type and much more. Pilot's Life provides a reason to fly in the sim from A to B while improving your skills as an airliner pilot, and depending on how good your scores are, you can progress throughout your airliner career to higher tier airliners and purchase more aircraft license. With over 575 airliners and over 280,000 real up-to-date routes, each flight and contract will have you experience the virtual airliner career globally, living a pilot's life. A pilot's life will work across all types of flight sim platforms, including a Microsoft Flight Simulator, X-Plane, P3D, and even FSX. Links in the description are where you can pick up your copy of Pilot's Life, and we thank them for sponsoring this video. Kicking off this week's previews and announcements, Just Flight has announced this week version 2 of their Hawk T1A advanced trainer will be available soon. The team is aiming towards the end of the week, commencing on January 27th, so we should see a release this time by next week. The update will include a new flight model and a variety of other bug fixes, improvements to featured requests. Along with this update of version 2, it will come with a compatibility of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Keeping with Just Flight, this week the team released a compatibility for the 2024 sim when it comes to the classic Avro Vulcan. Along with 2024 compatibility, the update comes with version 1.2, which includes an all updated EFB and some other small improvements. Just Flight mentions that this update is only through their store at the moment and will be available to the 2024 in-sim marketplace store once it opens up for the 2024 sim. PMDG mentions this week they have some feedback from Microsoft for their roadblocks that are inhibiting the team to release their compatibility updates for their products in the 2024 sim, and some of those that the PMDG team have mentioned in the past have now been fixed. Robert, the CEO of PMDG, did mention that not all of these are in the new sim update, but the team will continue to test and evaluate Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 for their products and will provide ongoing updates. As for their 747 projects, PMDG did mention the race is on for the 100 and the 400 variants. Both are progressing well, and at this stage the team is uncertain which one will reach the finishing line first. PMDG released a couple of new screenshots of the engineer station of the 747-100, and of course we will keep you posted on any more updates from the PMDG team. FlightFX has taken it to their social media this week to show off some brand new preview teaser shots of their in-development P180. These new preview shots showcase the interior of the cabin and the level of detail that the team are going for when it comes to the visual part of the development. There is no other details from the team at this stage other than a few shiny teaser shots, but of course we will keep you posted with any more ongoing developments. Taxiing over to this week's release news, Sky Simulations this week released its DC9 for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024. The release includes two main variants of the DC9 family, which includes the DC9-10 and the DC9-30 in both passenger and freighter configurations. The DC9 was produced from 1965 to 1982, and primarily airlines that used them were Northwest Airlines, Delta, and USA Jet Airlines. The first flight was on February the 25th, 1965, and the DC-9 family developed later on into the MD-90 and then into the Boeing 717. Key features with the Sky Simulations versions are high-def PBR textures used throughout wing flex, animated cargo service doors including stairs and cockpit windows, animated frost reversers, wipers and fan blades, ground supports and air stairs. Every knob, switch, handle, bolt has been modeled, tested by real-world pilots, but they didn't say if it was tested by real-world DC-9 pilots. Enhanced sound pack, engine sounds have been recorded from engine run-up tests outside and inside the aircraft. Detail systems include aircon, temperature, pressurization, fuel, electrical and more. Multiple autopilot modes including heading and ILS. 17 liveries are included, and you can pick up your copy of Sky Simulations DC-9 from the Aerosoft or the SimMark store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Boris Audio Works announced last week they are releasing their Boeing 737 sound set for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. The sound set pack completely overhauls the sound sets that work seamlessly with the PMDG 737 series of aircraft. The features include engine, fans and pack sounds, wind ambience, ground roll and touchdown effects, authentic button clicks, distance, cabin, cockpit and exterior soundscapes, pilot pushback, driver voice interactions, cabin chatter, selectable options for hydraulic sounds, active noise cancellation headset mode, and you can pick up your copy of Boris Audio Works a sound set for the Boeing 737 over on the Orbex store. Links in the description below. Field Air have released its next airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, Washington Dulles Airport. Kilo India Alpha Delta is a primary international airport for Washington DC, serving over 25.1 million passengers on average a year. Serves as a primary hub for United Airlines, which provides many domestic and international destinations from the airport. Features included with the release is high detail buildings, terminal interiors being modeled, complete modeled ground poly, custom animated jetways, airline parking codes, updated AFCAD, parking spots, taxiway names and taxi signs, improved taxiway and runway lighting, custom modeled clutter, improved night lighting and apron lamps. You can pick up your copy of Field Air's Dulles Washington Airport over on the SimMarket store. Links in the description below. This update did include the cycle as mentioned, and also some bug fixes related to the nav data and navigation aids. Some of these fixes that were issued were some of the bugs were outputting some of the empty airports that exist in the airport source data, but they weren't adding to any nav data. Fixes in issues where procedures for which no runway transitions matched the airport source were still outputting, added evaluation data to some NBDs, and fixed some issues where the ILS and DME used as a recommended nav aid had the wrong typeset, leading to an OKO that could not be loaded. From the looks of things, these updates must have been done on the server side, because I don't remember seeing any updates on the sim side when it comes to what I saw this week for my personal simming. Sim Update 1 version 1.3.7.0 was released this week for a public beta format. The public test is available to everyone, including if you purchase your copy of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 from the PC Microsoft Store, Steam, or over on the Xbox console. Not all the bugs and features that will be updated are included in this version of 1.3.7.0. The Microsoft team will introduce more updates during the flighting of this public test, and we should see more versions over the next few weeks until a full release to the normal service. The Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 in-sim marketplace is planned to be open with this full release. However, it will not be included in the Sim Update public test. So from the sounds of it, we won't have to wait too long before we see the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 in-sim marketplace releases. We covered covered the release of Sim Update 1 in more detail in another video yesterday. I will leave a thumbnail at the end of this video and a link in the description, so if you would like, you can check out the video and Sim Update 1 in more depth. Some of the areas that Microsoft have included with this first round of the test build is stability and performance fixes, general bug fixes, backwards compatibility bug fixes, aircraft core system improvements, career mode general bug fixes, free flight general bug fixes, my library fixes, peripheral fixes, but they didn't really say which ones, development mode, and SDK fixes, which I'm sure third-party developers would be very happy about. I'll leave a link in the description below on where you can go to enter the public beta test for Sim Update 1. As we mentioned before, feel free to check out our in more depth video about Sim Update 1 after this one. Currently, we have 231 products in the current backlog list for the InSim Marketplace store. At this stage, we're not too sure if this is a combination for 2020 and 2024, or is it just a 2020 products. But taking a look at the split, aircrafts are at 32, missions are at a whopping 128, sceneries are at 40, liveries are at 8, airports are at 24, and others are set at 9. Once the 2024 InSim Marketplace opens up with the full release of Sim Update 1, I guess we'll have more of an idea on what 2024 backlog list includes and how long it may be. When it comes to the 2020 InSim Marketplace store, we've seen 2 release days this week with a total of 62 new products. 31 of these available for PC and 31 of these were available for the console platform. There was 3 aircraft releases this week, including the Blackbird T68 for both PC and Xbox, which had its first release quite a while ago. The Top Mark Studios T7A Hawk, which was released a few weeks ago. Both of those are available for PC and Xbox, and also the Pixel Planes PA32, again available for PC and Xbox. The rest of the releases were pretty much made up of missions and livery packs, with only 4 airport releases in total. We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below about Sim Update 1's public test and how you're finding it if you have enrolled to use it. As always, please be respectful to each and other in the comments below, as I do understand there is a few frustrated simmers out there, and it's no need to take upon those frustrations to each other. Subscribe to the channel if you like this content. As I mentioned before, it does give us all the warms and fuzzies, and it's the nice thing to do, and we will see you in another video real soon.